Lee Anderson, MP, knows nothing about broadcasting and he knows nothing about free speech, it would seem, just by listening to things he's tweeting out into the world. Hello, it's Craig here at Fludded, and welcome back. I had to make this video, and I can't stop myself because it's stuff I know about, and when I see it being wrongly presented to the world by an MP, I kind of think, well, I've got something to say about it, so I'm gonna, because I can, and that's how it is.
Now then, Lee Anderson here. Join me on GB News on my show.
He's like an everyday guy. He's just like you. He's just like you. I reckon Tommy Robinson fans would love this dude.
And we'll start by saying, I want my country back.
We want our country back. We want our country back.
I want my country back. Over the last year or so, I've had to do a lot of soul searching on my political journey. He was laughing.
So Lee Anderson is, he interviewed Pearl, and, you know, I've been aware of Pearl for donkeys. These are all YouTubers, and we're finding that the media is embracing YouTubers more and more. We've got Piers Morgan. He's now getting Destiny on his show. He's got Negrotic on his show. He's got Critical Drinker on his show. If you get YouTubers on, you're getting whole audiences, whole pockets of people who think the same thing coming over to you. And it's clout sharing, basically. So broadcasters are now doing that. Although, you know, GB News is borderline broadcasters because they know what the broadcasting code is. And they argue that because of free speech, they should be allowed to do and say what they want. But you won't see Tommy Robinson on GB News. You won't see Carl Benjamin on GB News because the bosses don't want those people on. They're too toxic.
And on the right, Carl Benjamin, who once tweeted Labour MP Jess Phillips, "I wouldn't even rape you." Those hoping for an apology for that were left disappointed.
I think we should treat women the same as men. And that means if a woman is being a giant bitch, I'm going to be a giant dick back to her. Any questions?
I mean, you can criticize Islam because that's an idea, or there's ideas in it. But you can't just suddenly blanket call all Muslims are a certain type of bad person or have certain bad traits that you don't like.
Where there's a mosque, there are Muslims. And where there are Muslims, there is radicalisation.
I want my country back.
Okay, some people are saying this lady should... people use terms like this lady that are uncomfortable around women. Here's the thing, I disagree with most of what she said, but she has a right to say it. Yeah, well, when was her right to say that taken away? If GB News don't broadcast what I say, are they stealing me my free speech? No. I've been on GB News, 70 quid, thank you very much. That's what they paid me. No, of course it's not. She's free to do her free speech wherever she wants, and he thinks the point is, broadcasting is doing something. You are broadcasting. This is why GB News won't have Tommy Robinson or Carl Benjamin on. They're not interested in free speech. Well, they say they are. You know, free speech is their pub backdrop. You know, it's them dipping themselves into the mayo to say that, yeah, we're on your side. We're on the side of free speech with the free speech channel. It's like, well you're not, because there's people out there who share similar narratives to you who are just a little bit to the right of moderate, and you won't have them on. So have them on then. Why don't you have them on? They won't. They won't do it. And so they don't believe in free speech, right? Is that true? They didn't have to have Pearl on. The only reason they had Pearl on was because she's trending at the moment. So it's all about chasing clout. It's about chasing clicks. It's about supporting narratives. And at the moment, we've got Lee Anderson, we've got Richard Tice, we've got Nigel Farage, all massive links to Reform Party, pushing Reform Party narratives across the channel, and supported by, you know, other presenters. The presenters on GB News don't ever push back against stuff that Nigel Farage says. And you could say, well, Nigel Farage isn't presenting a news show, he does chats with people. No, it's all political. That's the thing. It's all political. And before anyone says, well, you should see David Lammy on LBC, I shouldn't see David Lammy on LBC.
A few moments later. We've got breaking news that Sir Geoffrey Donaldson has resigned as leader of the DUP. Sir Geoffrey Donaldson has resigned as leader of the DUP. We've just found out in the last few minutes. We will get more information on that story as it unfolds over the course of the next few hours. That's Sir Geoffrey Donaldson, leader of the DUP in Northern Ireland, who has resigned. The statement on screen says that the party chairman has received a letter from Sir Geoffrey Donaldson MP confirming that he has been charged with allegations of a historical nature. And
I'm going to do something quite bizarre here. I'm going to backtrack on what I was going to say. I was going to say David Lammy presents a phone-in show where people phone in and they talk politics, and that's fine. It's all right for a politician to do that. I hadn't listened to this clip, and I've just listened to it, and he's definitely reading out the news. He ain't allowed to do that. I'm surprised there's not a video of this, because I think don't they broadcast everything they do on TV. If you go to the LBC app, I'm sure a video clip of it will be found. Yeah, I've pushed back against this on Twitter. I need to start playing the clips that I'm pushing back in against, because he is definitely reading out news there. He even uses the term "we," like he's part of the news team. We will bring this to you. Let's have a listen to it again.
Sir Geoffrey Donaldson has resigned as leader of the DUP. Who has nature and indicate outcome of a judicial process. The party officers have this morning unanimously appointed Mr. Gavin. Big development. Sir Geoffrey Donaldson resigning as party leader because of what they describe as allegations of a historical nature.
I think it's slightly different. The context of his show is one of a phone-in show. Yes, it's political. Yes, it's biased towards Labour. But, you couldn't say that. I've forgotten the name of the other presenter there are other presenters on LBC who do their sort of they've got their political preference, and it's not Labour, put it that way. I can't remember his name, and it kills me because he's brilliant. But who remembers this guy?
Interesting. The Ofcom finally decided to come out with their report saying you don't want to shag someone. I know you're unhappy about that, so that's...
But it's the most offensive thing that's ever been said on television in the last year.
They're absolutely stuck in their minds that is what happened. And the point is that the reason Lawrence Fox lost his job is, as I pointed out about for GB News, it's not because of what Lawrence Fox said. It's what he made GB News do. There's a difference between broadcasting and free speech. Free speech is saying something, and broadcasting is doing something. And what the channel did was have a presenter, so-called, on their show, reduce a woman to whether she was shaggable or not, right? And that's what they did as a broadcaster. They thought, right, we'll fund that, we'll pay him. And this is the result of just producers being undermined constantly, or they're just hiring producers who are so young that they don't have the confidence to stick up to these I don't know, these bullies really. And but I do find it hilarious that Calvin is now. I saw him the most recent one. He's got a big long pipe. This is an IT teacher. He's reinvented himself, and it is all performative. It's all like it's cosplay, and I love every second of it. And I just hope it goes on. I want to see where it goes. It's going to be so good. I wonder who's going to buy it. Who's buying this? People are buying it. Is that who are they appealing to? Who's their audience? Is their audience men in men's clubs? Is that who's buying Calvin Robinson and Lawrence Fox smoking cigars on chairs like this? But I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing exactly the same thing. I might start smoking a cigar. I'm not doing a character though. I'm not doing a stuffed shirt in a study, am I? I'm just living the dream in my lovely. I just like this chair. I like the wing. The reason these are popular is because people can fall asleep on them and rest their head against them when they fall asleep. It's for old fuddy duddies to fall asleep on. That's what these chairs are about. And there we have. Guy kills me. He's blocked me, by the way, because I keep every time he does something. I mention the fact he's an IT teacher. Anyway, that's enough of me having a laugh at their expense. What do you think, Lee Anderson? I mean, what do you think about the whole thing? This whole thing about politicians being broadcasters. They love it, don't they? They love it. They love the attention of it. I'm not going to say narcissists because I think that's an overused term, even a used word. I think you have to be diagnosed as a narcissist, really. But certain people love attention, and some people don't. And some people, it marries up with their sort of political desires to push and convince people to go in a certain direction when they vote, which is what this is all about, really. And making money, of course. And you can make money by doing it. What do you think? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and make sure you do subscribe. And if you hit the little bell, you'll get notification every time I upload a video, which I've been guilty of not doing very much. More stuff coming to this channel soon. Thanks for watching. You take care of yourselves, and goodbye.